So I met this guy at the shop one day, and he was coming in to get some winter tires, which there's nothing abnormal about that. So he comes in, and I'm ringing him up and everything, and he says, "Are these good winter tires?" And I said, "Yeah, they are." He's like, "Are these real good winter tires?" And I said, "Well, actually, yeah, they are." And he's like, "All right." He's like, "Because I need to be able to get down in Miller Farm in this winter and stuff." And I looked at him, and I was like, "Dude," I was like, what are you doing in Miller Farm?" I was like, "You shouldn't go down there. I mean, that's kind of like no man's land. I mean, you might get stuck down there for 2 days, you know. I mean, it's pretty remote down there in the wintertime." And I was like, "Well, I don't know. I mean, you can go down there, but I mean, I'm just saying, you know, just be careful." And he's like, "To tell you the truth, I used to do a lot of drinking." He's like, "But now I kind of focus my energy onto being a wildlife photographer." And I was like, "Oh, that's really cool." And so he's telling me he spends a lot of time in Drakewell and this and that. And you know, he's a pretty big guy too, and he kind of commanded respect when he was telling me this too. I was like, "Well, what kind of stuff are you doing?" And he's like, "Well, I go for this and I go for that, da da da." But the eagles were really a new thing in Pennsylvania at that time. He said that what he would do is he would go and he'd lay right near the eagle's nest, and he would take pictures of the eaglets and stuff. And I was like, "Oh, wow, that's cool." And I was like, "What are you doing it with?" And he showed me this camera. I mean, it was just fancy as all get out. I mean, just totally awesome. And I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah." And so I'm checking it out and stuff. So I said to him, I was like, "You know, this is like before Cryptovania, but I mean, I was thinking about Cryptovania at that time. I was thinking, and I was like, "Hey, can you tell me, does anything strange ever happen to you?" And he looks at me and he's like, "What do you mean strange?" And I was like, "You know, like things yelling at you or throwing things at you or knocks or whatever goes on." And he just looks at me and he says, "Are you a tree hugger?" And I said, No, I'm really not." And he just looks at me and I was like, "What do you mean by that?" He's like, "Well, you see, when I'm down there taking pictures of the eaglets," he's like, I don't know if it's like some environmentalist or something, but it's like they have like a ninja team that comes down there and throws rocks at me and all this stuff while I'm trying to take pictures of the eagles. He said he'd look around and there was nobody there and stuff like that. And I was like, "You got to be kidding me." He's like, "No, I'm not." And I was like, "Dude, just play along with me." I was like, "You have to realize that the reason you can't see these people and they get down in the weeds and all this and that and you can't find them even though you're looking and stuff is because they're maybe not human or Bigfoot or that kind of thing." And he's like, "Come on, man." And I was like, "I'm serious, dude. Think about it. What else could it be?" When something's going on and it feels like you're being watched and this and that, I said, all you got to do, I said, just do this. Take that fancy dancy photo machine that you got, stick it above your head, and just start taking pictures all around. I was like, I'm telling you, you will get something. You will get something. I guarantee you. And he was like, no way, man. No way. Come on, man. And I was like, no, I was like, I'm telling you, I was like, what else could it be? I was like, because it's in the daytime and you're down there, and like it's the master of the woods. And he had his own apprehensions about believing this and this and that, but he was starting to think about some things that he wasn't comfortable thinking about, and it was really kind of screwing with him big time. He just didn't want to talk about Bigfoot. I mean, he just didn't want to, and it struck a note. Like I could tell, like it really rattled his vibe of what reality was, man. And so it ended up, he didn't really come back for tires, mostly because I'm crazy or whatever, but he didn't really come back for tires again after that. And so I saw him at a sporting event, shall we say. And so I went and I talked to him. I was like, hey, any luck down in Miller Farm and stuff? And he wouldn't even, he said hi, and I mean, he kind of talked to me a little bit. But dude, he was rattled. I mean, and he really, to this day, he doesn't buy tires here. He doesn't do business with me and stuff. And I think it really hit him to the bone. He was not the kind of guy that would be rattled easy. There was something that happened back there that was way different than something threw an acorn at him and that was it. You know, it's like, this guy was rattled. He was rattled. You know, who these special forces are in the environmental people, you know, I don't know who they are. I mean, I've never met them. I mean, and I've met a lot of crazy people, but I've never met anybody like that. But you know, it's so hard to believe on the one hand in Bigfoot, but yet it's so easy to believe in like the crazy environmental ninjas and stuff. You know, it's like, come on, man, come on. The guy was so legit. Like, I mean, he was just like, he was a country boy. By and large, he was a country boy. He was just a regular guy. And like, he didn't want to know anything about Bigfoot and Dogman and this and that. I mean, he didn't even want to know. He just wanted to go take pictures of the eaglets. That's all he wanted to do, was take pictures of the eaglets. And, you know, they just wouldn't let him have it. So there it was. That was the wildlife photographer.
I can see you coming from a mile away. No need to see you anymore today. Sunsets behind the hills, I can't wish it back. Feels like I've been here once before, and I fell right down to the ground. One thing about you, you stay the same. Don't wanna be the only one, be the one caught looking like a fool. Don't wanna live with it, don't like the taste of it. Packed up all my shit and headed out the door. And I can't get back the things that I stole. And I won't walk away from this life I love. got down on my knees and kissed the stars above. Don't wanna be the only one, be the one caught looking like a fool. Don't wanna live with it, don't like the taste of it. Place bets and take the pills, tell me what I like. Seems like I have been told all this before. Yell in my face,